Hello, everybody. I am your androgynous android late night DJ Caster.
And I am your amazing agender avian co-host, Raffi the Owl.
This is the Neon Caster Twitch channel. Yes, the mix-up bot is misbehaving. Ha ha, punished.
Ooh, a nasty bot.
There we go.
You know what we do with nasty bots.
It goes into the pear wiggler, absolutely.
Yes, the pear wiggle. I say, putting the giant magnet back behind my back.
You good, Raffi? How you doing?
Man, I was trying to get myself a snappy cup of tea before I got on, and I meant to put in a little splash of lemon juice. And instead I put in a shot of lemon juice functionally, maybe like just an ounce. So I think this is probably going to taste rather bad, but I have a
this does give you full license to put in additional sugar to balance it out.
Sugar. How bold do you think I am? Honey, we're counting calories. I'm going to be putting in, what is this? Natra Taste Blue.
Ugh.
What are you? You're dextrose, maltodextrin, and aspartame. Because I have a balanced diet.
I know somebody who aspartame gives severe headaches too, so I'm like, okay.
Really?
It just means that we have regular sugar stuff when I come visit you. That's fine. But yeah. Some sugar-free stuff does not do people well.
True. Have you ever had monk fruit?
A name I have heard, but have to remind myself as to what it looks like.
I mean, it's a powder. It's an alternative sweetener that is much stronger than sugar. You don't use it as like a 1-to-1 pairing, but I think it works pretty well.
It's always nice to have the alternatives going. I tend to use honey a lot of the time because it is better for throat and voice stuff than granulated sugar.
Yes.
But having to rebuy things of honey every time can get spenny. So it is currently Demerara in my parlor.
What is Demerara?
Brown sugar, Demerara sugar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we're both sweet enough already. But what happened?
My co-host, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the content that you have been following me for years for. I can tell. What happened? What happened last time on the Silver Case? We were on part 3.
So last time we, after kind of going, oh shit, and replaying to catch up, we kind of got the introduction to the crew. We are now firmly in the role of Big Dick, who seems to be a, like, what would you say, traumatized paramilitary agent?
Yes, I would describe it that way. That makes sense.
And oh god, we were being taken around. Let's see. We were trying to find the location of Kamui, the kind of patient who seems to be patient 0 of the crime virus, and found, through some detectiving, found him locked up in bondage gear in the closet of a former lover?
Yeah. From what I gather/remember, a bunch of research had been done into the kind of people that Kamui was attacking. And all the people that Kamui attacked were quote-unquote beautiful women that he was involved with prior to getting the crime virus. So we were looking into one of them who was out on a date with somebody else, and she was near an abandoned mall, and so we went to the mall to go look for her. Managed to find somebody who had been... We seem to find shell-shocked people around where Kamui's been haunting. Maybe they are also infected by the crime virus, but they haven't done anything yet, so we're mostly been securing them. We weren't able to save the woman in time. She was killed on the roof of the mall and fell down through the skylight in a very dramatic scene. The big, gruff, mean detective was pretty cut up about the fact that he was late to the scene. That's why we were sent there in his stead, because he was driving in a separate car and was behind. And as a result, the chief of police was like, hey, go take a load off. Go to the beach. Go think about your daughter. And so we were put in the charge of, or the custody of, his like second in command, who's like younger and a bit more of a
twinkier.
I was gonna say Lothario, but yes, twinkier. And he followed up on another person who was an associate of Kamui's. And we're like, well, we're not gonna find him just by following every woman that he's met before. She seems to work as like a graphic designer. We go to her place and she's like, I don't know anything about Kamui. And it turns out that she super knows a bunch of things about Kamui, right to the point where, yes, she has him in a ball gag and duct tape bondaged in his closet, in her closet. We take both of them in for questioning. He's nonverbal. She is emotionally distant, communicative but non-engaging. She manages to escape. Did she shoot somebody or set off an explosion?
Yeah, she shot Hachisuka.
Yes, she shot the lady detective and flees. We give chase to the shelter exhibition, which we initially looked like, oh, it's just a bunch of RVs.
Right.
No, these were just full fucking bunkers that you can wander around in. And we see that there are a bunch of children in there. And we're like, who the fuck are these kids? They're wandering around. They seem also kind of nonsensical. We eventually find her. She is fully emotionally void at this point. She says that all of these children are the children of Kamui because we don't know whether it was consensually or not, had children by all of the previous victims. And these are their kids. She's taken them all in and threatens to kill them all. We're not quite sure whether she actually wants to do that or not, or whether it's the crime virus prompting her to do it.
It also kind of felt like she was trying to commit suicide by cop.
Yes. And so she's like, hey, kill me. And the detective is like, I'm not going to do that. But instead, they have a very long, drawn-out conversation where she calls him slow, and he says, I'm slow, and doesn't really talk her down. Eventually, I do believe she does manage to shoot herself.
Yeah.
And that is where we're at right now in the aftermath of that. All very high tension. Although I do feel that in some ways it undermines its own tension, but we'll resume. We see where we go from here. If this just means that every single cop in this team is going to end up either shot or traumatized with a case going wrong, we're swiftly running out of people to investigate with. So,
You say that. I think we've got a pretty good number of
this is true. We do have another 5 or so members on deck, but please don't say that this is start of chapter.
I do believe.
Good, not start of chapter. This opened in a different way to last time, so I was like, ooh. But that was because it was chapter select, I guess. So we're back in our office. This very cold and unfeeling room.
If you anything for looking down.
Oh, true. No.
Of course.
Oh, is this Oh, it's the,
There he
that's
is.
right. We're in the hospital because of the people that were extracted, I guess, including Kamui.
Ayame Shimahiro just admitted to a string of crimes. She'll likely get the death penalty. Kamui's children have been put into a facility. And the secret of Kamui's birth has finally been discovered.
Finally?
Yes. It was designated top secret, so it was pretty tough. And there were casualties, but
Someone got killed?
4 people.
Fuck.
Oh, she's still around. Okay, that's good.
I guess you got patched up pretty quickly. So, where was it found?
An FSO paper company.
FSO. Remnants of the Frontier
Oh,
Conservationists.
where that's FS0.
Oh, sure. You mean the Frontier Conservation Alliance?
That's their old name, but yes. The ghost of the FSO.
They had Kamui?
They managed him. That's where we learned where Kamui is from.
The file says Cape Kamui.
A complete fabrication.
So his ID, they just made that up?
Kamui was born in the shelters.
Oh.
God, this... So, for the shelters, are we thinking that the purpose is like bomb shelters?
Possibly. I mean, we specifically were at a shelter exhibition. I think exhibition is the word that they used. The difference between that and I guess a practical live-in shelter, I guess we don't have the context just seeing a shelter in use, I suppose. But yeah.
I suppose I'm just thinking the degree to which, like, yeah, I hadn't. It's only now I'm realizing, oh, those might be like bomb shelters. Oh God, is this like commentary on like post World War II Japanese society? Just the sense of like, what the hell does it? I mean, having been in the shelters, they looked like a place that, you know, it looked like you could be in one for
a couple
like maybe a week or
days.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is not like live out your life there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just thinking like, God, what the hell does it mean just from like an artistic or symbolic perspective that patient 0 of the crime virus was born in like decadent bomb shelters?
Mm-hmm. I mean, any kind of piece of fiction that talks about people being stuck in those kind of like panic shelters for an extended period of time. Unfortunately, my media diet is limited, so Fallout and Danganronpa immediately come to mind. But in both of those circumstances, it's pretty clear that trying to be in those kind of very limited artificial spaces for too long drives you mad. But that it's only one person that is like the Jesus of crime is interesting. Are there other people from that shelter that we'll meet? But I suppose this is to be seen. Shelters? You mean like those shelters?
The shelter kids policy. I don't know about the details, but I assume the goal was personality development via management training.
Raising them into specialized people who can survive in specialized environments. Possibly. You hear a lot of that stuff on the east side.
20 years ago, that project was put into action. 20 years ago, so that would have been like, this game released in, was it
99.
99, so 1979. When Kamui was 4 years old.
So he was raised in those shelters.
The shelter exhibition area opened 12 years ago.
It doesn't match up.
The exhibition area was its secondary use. After it served its original purpose.
And so, Kamui's kids found themselves in the shelters, tracing back their father's memory. Is that even possible?
I don't know. But Kamui is known to favor those shelters.
Why?
His favorite place closely resembles those shelters.
Well, where?
Solitary confinement. The reason Kamui seeks out the darkness and likes being locked up lies in his upbringing. As a child, he lived in a wide-open yet stifling environment. As he got a bit older, Kamui's hometown became the shelters.
Sorry, adjusting volume. The game always comes in a little bit hot every time, and I always have to wiggle it. There we go.
A sullen, dark world where the sunlight can't reach. He felt comfortable in that noisy and isolated world.
People are attracted to the underground. Are they? Take this job. This is a world of isolation. It's sometimes hard to breathe. Yeah.
Maybe he saw a miniature version of the world in those shelters.
What are you, a poet? And once again, looks out of the window wistfully. What was that established under? It was, when there was a big discussion previously about, oh yes, you know, women just want a guy that's just inert. And he gives a really long poetic explanation. And I'm like, you've thought about this a lot, huh?
Listen, that pose in recline, he's trying to live that inert poet lifestyle. God, the thing about the years not matching up is interesting. I'm really wondering where this is going to go, and maybe a bit self-effacingly wondering how much I will understand without having
I think
having someone like our mutual friend Florian, who is kind of the history knower on
sure,
deck too.
Sure. There's something very interesting about stories that require context beyond the nature of the story itself. In some pieces of work, you would find that like a frustrating lack of conveyance. I guess a game about alternate explorations of history requiring that history knowledge kind of enriches the text a lot. I won't dwell on it too much, but I've been I started playing Expedition 33 this week after people kind of like really raving about it as a JRPG for like the last year, and my feelings about it are mixed in a number of ways, but one of the things that I'm currently mixed on is that it sets a lot of mysteries very early, and all of the characters talk about things. It's like that kind of naturalist style storytelling, being like, well, this is the world that they've lived in for however long they've been alive, so they don't need to explain to you about some of the inner mechanics because they wouldn't have that conversation. But there's definitely other bits and pieces about the world that are like, well, why the fuck is this happening? This is so bizarre and nobody's talking about it. And I don't know how long the game is going to be before the game tells me, the player, why it is doing a buckfug crazy thing. And I have no... Is it going to string me out about this? Is it going to be like hour 80 before they tell me? Or am I going to learn naturally over the course of play? And whether it will be satisfying to know if they kind of withhold it from me for very long. And I do wonder... I feel less... I actually feel more positive about this game being quite willing to explain its... twists in its socio-politics and geopolitics, weirdly enough. Hi, Cruising. Good evening.
Hey, Cruising.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think there's I guess my concern is less in the sense of like, will I understand the basic, like the fundamental events of the story, and more of like, will I get what this is trying to do? Because just Killer 7 is a game that I think I only properly appreciate because I played it as in a book club environment with people who, like, you know, aforementioned mutual friend Florian, who knows a lot about the history playing into it and was able to kind of
elaborate on the details that are not immediately obvious or explained. Sure.
Elaborate on like, hey, okay, so here is kind of why these things are thematically, you know, or here's what this could thematically be pointing to. I've been trying to do my best impression of him by scrolling through a bunch of Wikipedia articles on titled things like 1990s in Japan.
I'm glad you're in a position to get that kind of research as we go. It's I always find it quite interesting when we play a game together and then one of us does research while the other person is doing something. I still think about when we played through Black and White and we would kind of take turns being like, okay, so on this route we have these 5 encounters.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
We have a 10% chance of getting a Mulga on this route. Let's cross our fingers and pray. Hey, Tetsu.
Oh, you're here.
Cruising says, Rafi, you've mentioned Killer 7 a bunch for this game. That game where the main character has the line, Killer is dead, a lot. Oh, Killer is Dead is a different Grasshopper video game, right?
I think so.
Isn't that like the live service kind of roguelike-y one that was on PlayStation 4? No. Killer is Dead is the one with the spy character and there's like mini games where you ogle women. And you go to the moon and fight people. It's this game but way sillier.
Yes, I had a brief moment of going like, what was Romeo is a Dead Man? But
that is their latest.
Yes. Yeah, Killer is... So, they may say that in Killer 7. It has been like a decade since I played that game. And this is making me kind of want to return to it, though really, I think this is making me want to... I'm enjoying this enough that I'm interested to see the rest of the... I believe this is called the Kill the Past series.
Because there's 2 sequels after this, isn't there?
3. So this is Silver Jiken, or, you know, the Silver Case. Then there is Flower, Sun, and Rain. Silver Jiken 25Q, or 25Q, which I think is just the 25th Ward. And then Red, Blue, and Green, which
I've not even heard of Red, Blue, and Green.
That's apparently an expansion of the Silver Case, the 25th Ward.
Yeah, they're all...
Oh, this is a fan game? Hold on. God damn it.
Bleed.
Damn it. damn you, backlog.
No. I would entirely believe it. And it is quite interesting, ultimately, Cruising, that a lot of the Grasshopper games are very firmly in the same tonal world, and they reference each other by name a whole bunch. But, like, Killer is Dead, Killer 7, The Silver Case, Flower, Sun and Rain, and Romeo is a Dead Man all kind of share a lot of visual identity, even though they are not necessarily the same genre of video game. And I guess that's supposed to be just the Grasshopper manufacture, not necessarily Suda51, but like the style of their more kind of like narrative driven kind of games. Whether they all reach the same heights of each other does vary. Excuse me. But Killer 7 is particularly famous for being one that is a very strong piece of storytelling. I played it back in the day, but not very far because it was too spooky and I did not know what to do.
I do think oh jeez. Okay, no, I gotta go with this delivery. You're looking good, big dick.
Tetsu, you're back on the job from today, huh?
Yeah, finally back to work.
Oh, it's a stakeout.
Yeah.
We don't have enough people.
Oh, so it ended up not being much use, huh?
Tetsu, maybe we should,
Yeah, I know.
let's hurry.
I'll show you how it's done.
You gonna show me the ropes, old man?
Yeah, big dick. Hurry up.
Where we drive into? You can get a little map of where we are. Oh, it's end of chapter. Okay. I didn't realize we were close to the Spectrum is coming soon.
Nice.
Oh, this is by the same studios as the other games. Interesting because the gameplay is very different, but I recognize the writing style now. Yeah, no, exactly that. Like, generally, Grasshopper doesn't really do, like, visual novels, I would say. Or at least definitely not now. But it seems some of their origins are in this style of game. And if you want to play something that is very much this vibe, but not from Grasshopper Manufacture, and this is the way I think a bit more accessible as a piece of storytelling, definitely play Paradise Killer. Paradise Killer is a very good game and is in many ways a love letter to this.
Huh. You know, I can see the link, yeah.
God, there's a bunch of things. The way that I can't remember Sam's full name, the skeleton, Ruby skeleton guy, the way that he talks, there's a bunch of cutaways to like a mysterious chat at a bar, the way that Lady Love Dies hacks things using a briefcase in the exact same way as Flower, Sun and Rain. There's a bunch of things. I specifically remember actually going to a Eurogamer Expo some years ago, and they had an early demo of Paradise Killer that I sat down to go and play. And then I was like, oh, this reminds me of Flower, Sun and Rain. Is it an inspiration by that? And they were like, you know Ball? I was like, no, I'm a freak. I absolutely do know Ball. Oh, okay, good.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh man, I need to replay that because I feel like a lot of its aesthetics have stuck with me more than like the substance of its story.
I would like to play it through again to see if I could accuse somebody else of things, because I know the game can let you do that. But also, apparently, there was one area in the game that had the final piece of evidence to absolve the victim of all crimes, and I just never managed to find that one area. Also, I only ever managed to find one footbath, and the footbaths give you all the kind of speedy traversal techniques.
Yeah. It took me so long to, like, I found a lot of those very late in the game, which was kind of like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I only had, I guess, run. I can't remember whether it was the dash or it gave you double jump, but I only had the first one the entire game. And I thought I scoured that area like in depth. I guess by the time I found the next foot bath, I forgot that they did a thing and so didn't interact with it. But sorry, before we get in, I want to know what the jams for case 2 is. More of an ambient vibe. Okay. Oh, we're in the yellow zone. Where'd you go? It's lonely all alone. Where'd you go? There's nobody here. Where'd you go? Do you hate me? Where'd you go? I can't do it alone. Where'd you go? I'll protect you. Where'd you go? Where are you? Where'd you go? Is it that good? Where'd you go? Aren't you lonely? Where'd you go? Goodbye. Hikaru disappeared. Hikaru is so kind, but he's too kind. He gives no sense of presence. But I really like Hikaru, and I really have a sense of presence. But just disappearing like that. Hikaru really did it this time. Maybe he's trying to surprise me and is hiding somewhere. That old lady won't tell me anything. Hikaru must really mean it this time. Not really. Maybe the kids in class have Hikaru all locked up somewhere. That would be bad. I have to help him. Things have gotten pretty bad now. I assume this is a photo of Hikaru. Hikaru is quiet in front of people, but he talks a lot to me. He doesn't look it, but he's really cheerful. I've seen Hikaru laugh lots of times. I know Hikaru's true personality. He laughs a lot and sounds like a frog. He really says ribbit. He really does. And so, to play with Hikaru again, I have to help him. First, this apartment building. I went ahead and set up the Safe Hikaru special headquarters at that base. The base is somewhere in these apartments, but it's a secret. The base is only for Hikaru and me, as we promised each other. Lots of people live here, and there are lots of grown-ups I don't know. But we can't tell the difference between grown-ups. We don't really care about those grown-ups. But we like some of them. The baker man is always smiling and gives us extra bread sometimes. The guy on the second floor is nice too. He looks scary, but he says, "That's dangerous," and worries about us.
Can I, real quick, just say how interesting it is that so many of the locations in this game feel like highly constructed, but like destitute. Like I know for a lot of these things, it's like, okay, well, a lot of the people cleared out of this mall. You know, this mall is.
But they've been quite
closed.
brutalist industrial buildings, even the mall, really.
And they just all feel like nobody is here. Like people, like it's an aberration when a human is present in one of these things, and hearing like, oh, the guy on the second floor, and I'm already thinking about, is this saying something about just like kind of dead buildings? Like, surely you don't mean that the second floor houses a single person.
No, but also, like, I can already feel that we are going to be going to this area, and it is going to be as spooky as every other area we've been in. But I think there's something really interesting, about, like, industrially made, especially, like, brutalist or concrete, buildings designed for people. People always talk about how brutalism as an architectural style is really cold and unfeeling and ugly, but all of the brutalist buildings I can think of that are London-based, like the National Theatre on the South Bank and the Barbican Estate, are built for people, and that concrete is there as a blank canvas to be filled with greenery and life and feeling, which, depending on people's perspectives, they choose to tactically not show when they want to depict like a brutalist building as a piece of media, which always bugs me a little bit. But I guess this building may be full of life in this daylit scene, just about, and we're going to visit it, and it's going to be hell on earth. Or rather, I guess, purgatory. Quit playing those games. I guess, well, it's a kid voice doing a deep voice mockingly here. Quit playing those games and go play outside. He says that a lot. And then there's, I don't know anyone else. They all look the same. One more time. I'll try remembering Hikari. Where did he play? Where could he be? Where is he hiding? Hikaru? Last summer, Hikaru came to this town. I remember his scared-looking eyes when he stood next to the teacher. How scared he must have been when he came to town. I also had to move around a lot, so I know. People you meet for the first time all look scary. Mr. Muneo says to think of them as pumpkins, but to me they all look like really scary monsters. When you move to a new town with all the strange monsters, it's sort of exciting. But everyone is mean to outsiders, so it's really scary. Hikaru looked like that too. I really understand. I showed Hikaru around town so he wouldn't get lost. Our territory. I told him that the 5th grade kids hang out on 4th Street so he wouldn't go there alone. I showed him the shortcut home too. And after school we both play together at the shrine in the park, and sometimes we find empty lots. Usually they soon turn to apartment buildings, but they're open for about a month. We play board games at Shigenori's house, and we play video games at Minori's house. I don't really like him, but he's video games, so I put up with him. Real,
that's
so
it.
real.
By the way, I've been using Google Lens to try and translate some of this Japanese that's popping up, and it feels like a lot of like child inner monologue or like throwaway child dialogue stuff of like.
I could like pause it, but it takes longer to stare at it than it takes to stay on screen. So.
Yeah, it's stuff like, you know, do you want to trade for that? I want to grow up. Who are those guys? Or oh yeah, those guys are watching. So it's like it's kind of ominous stuff like that mixed with pretty
Kid gossip. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go to Kojima and the cows' houses because they're mean. Kurosawa's a good guy and he's rich, and we can eat lots of yummy snacks at his house. Kunihiko's house is fun too. Kunihiko's good at drawing, and he does really cool giant robots. Right, Hikari? Super... No, that does say Spectrum, but written really badly.
Kid handwriting, yeah. I wonder when that happened.
I mean, we don't know what happened to this kid yet. We just know that he, I guess, that could be a missing presumed dead situation, or it could be I refuse to forget. We'll let it go. We don't know yet, but I have the answer. I have a feeling the answer will be depressing. Oh, that's me. What a nice girl.
What?
Ayame.
Ayame.
Also, we're in summer now, so we're in our unprofessional cop fits.
What the fuck is that?
The Kamui case, pup.
You shitting me? You falling in love with a serial killer? What are you, fucking stupid?
Well, yeah, but... but she's hot, right? See, It's this. It's this that undermined, I think, the other side of the sea. Being kind of like, I don't want you to shoot yourself, but mostly because I want to smash rather than there being any other reason. I was like,
Dumbass. You're a real idiot. She destroyed special forces and murdered those 3 broads.
Fucking true. Actually, I forgot that technically she killed killed 2 and then permanently injured 2 specially trained combatants.
It's not the kind of broad a pussy like you should be fucking with.
Oh, fuck off, old man. She's really not so bad. Stop trying to break down a person's love like that.
Forget about her.
I can't. I'll wait. For her. However many years it takes, I'll wait for her so we can start our second life. I can fix her.
Nah, do whatever then. Not a bunch of bullshit. Fucking kids.
Whatever, Tetsu. I know I felt something.
And you call yourself a fucking detective.
I also quite funny, and to his credit, the like I can tell a man has been here. His aroma is in the room. Like that's really intense, my guy.
Listen, don't you ever say shit like this to anyone else.
Of course. I can't talk about this with anyone else.
What a fucking honor.
I want to see her.
Christ. Just go for Hachiska or someone instead. You two look good together.
Oh, no way. That'd never work.
Well, whatever.
Come on. It's not that simple.
Well, yeah. Of course it isn't simple.
Chiska? What's up? Something's up in District D4. Please provide backup. I can't. We're on a stakeout. What? What about Morikawa? Aren't you two partners? Go handle it as a team. He's not here. I can't get hold of him. I don't know why we're getting weird frame hitches. I have a feel. I actually have a feeling that the kind of way that the animations work and render in the background, it's not pre-rendered. It's moving a bunch of assets around. And I think in a previous chapter, that looping did actually cause a small hitch in some animations previously, but it seems to be a lot more noticeable here, which is a little annoying. Same as usual then, huh? Okay, fine. I'll go by myself.
No. Don't move alone.
He's right. Don't do anything rash. What else am I supposed to do? There's nobody else.
I've seen plenty die thanks to that kind of carelessness. I mean, do whatever you want, but...
You're exaggerating. Oh, yeah, Hachiska? Go get Rafter. You can use him.
It's better than nothing, right?
Oh, so we kind of get a different cop to shadow for each chapter, huh?
Girls' night.
That would be better. Live in the now. I don't really get it, but... whatever. Can you get a hold of him? You can get him online. You know, just download him from the internet. Search for part-time. He's registered. His home address should be listed there too. Okay, I'll do that. Are you okay? I'm okay, thanks. You'd better hurry. Got it.
Who's that? She seemed weird just now.
I have that effect on women. I have no idea. Everything is so messed up. Meanwhile... Oh yes, our house, where we got that really ominous email from Bat that was like, I'm watching you. Who also called us chinchilla, like,
Yeah.
Great. Love that.
We need to change the channel at some point. I think one of the bits of text at the bottom said, "Is this a pigeon?"
No, no way. It can't be. It can't be a reference to that.
Wait, reference to what?
That one screenshot from an anime. Which is the actual line, by the way.
My
that
God.
that character is like an alien.
Oh my god, that's quite funny.
To main character. So, how have you been? I've been watching you. I'm basically your neighbor. You could say that professionally. I'm known as the Bat. Please call me the Bat. I rather like the name. Isn't it lovely? Anyway, I've been watching you from the shadows. I just wanted to say hi. Pleased to make your acquaintance. P.S. Do you know Tokyo Morimoto? He's a very dangerous man. You do your best to stay away from him. It may be an unnecessary warning, but... Oh, the door. The pizza is here.
Tokyo Morimoto, I'm trying to remember who that is.
Is that a name that's come up?
I feel like it may have. It Tokyo feels a little familiar, but I can't place it.
I mean, I think I said at the end of the first session, being like, I should write down everybody's names, and I super didn't do that.
Where would the fun in that be?
I mean, and remembering who any of these people are, truly. Like, when it comes on screen, I'm like, oh yes, Hachitsuka. If you'd asked me what her name was yesterday, I would stare at you blankly, but...
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Fun profile art. God,
the
I
dramatic
do really enjoy
picture-in-pictures are really, really quite nice. You seem well, huh? You have a second? But frankly, I want your help with an investigation. Technically, I just want you to come down to the site. How about it? All right. I walk through her like a ghost.
Love to clip through women.
The woman no clipper has logged on.
Hey, baby. What say I turn off your collision and we see where things go?
You know, I love to do a little bit of Z fighting. I just think we really mesh well together. It's jokes like these. Please subscribe to the channel. Henridis. It just looks like a regular apartment building, but these apartment complexes look nice, but something about them is creepy. Let's start the investigation. Oh yes, we got the vertical format today. Get to the inner garden. Go straight ahead and you'll get there. Don't waste any time. Let's hurry. Oh, this is like the coroner guy. Do you want to take him?
Oh, sure, yeah. Let's see. Do we think that's him saying this?
I think so.
Excuse me. Could you move?
How did it go?
Aren't you a detective? Isn't this your guys' job?
We got the request. All the detectives are out on bigger jobs.
I see. Well, sometimes it's nice to do more low-key work like this.
So, what's the situation? What's the cause of death?
Look, up there.
Suicide?
I wonder. Can't be sure, but if there was a motive...
From up above.
cervical fractures, complex fractures all over the body, and bruising. They'd have died instantly. Ground is dirt, so the cranium is intact, but the way the bones broke... Damn.
Any leads on a possible murder? Any signs of a struggle?
Nothing in particular. Not at this point. Waiting on the autopsy.
I see.
Hey, Chizuru. What's up with Morikawa?
Skipping work.
Yeah. You see him. Tell him to show up once in a while.
Mahjong?
Yeah, he hasn't been coming around. He used to like it more than work. But now...
You beat his ass one too many times.
Oh, they hate to see me coming because they know I'm saying run.
Just gotta leave a guy in an 8-7 weight. Just...
Since he has a hot partner, apparently he's really into his job now.
Kawabata, that's...
Well, the rest is your job. The investigation depends on whether or not we find a proper motive.
Got it.
I'll contact you once we get the results. Rookie?
Basically.
I see. Well, good luck then. You too, Rookie.
Thanks. The rookie stares impassively.
Maybe we're flipping thumbs up. We just don't know.
Oh, there's more people at the scene. Cop. You say you called it in just after finding it at 4 a.m. Did you see anyone in that time?
No, nobody.
After that, did you see anyone suspicious?
I pretty much know everyone. So, nobody suspicious.
Okay. Thank you for your cooperation.
No problem.
Mizoguchi. Ah, yes, this is somebody who was named in the opening from the kid.
You a detective?
We do not respond.
Cop 2. Nothing out of the ordinary.
What? It's already over? I came as fast as I could. They're after, right? Are you taking over for me? Chizuru basically pulled you out and forced you out here, yeah? I guess women like the younger ones, huh? That broad's a real piece of work. Kidding, just kidding. It's okay. You don't have to go along with his sexual harassment. Just ignore it. Are you worried about me? Should I be? Doing some sort of underground job, I assume? Not even. Working part-time at a convenience store. Whatever you say. Just get on with the investigation. I know. Where's the body? Oh, we're standing on it currently. They just took it. What's the word? It's looking like a suicide. We can't be sure till we get the autopsy results. So we need to finish checking the area then. What floor did he live on? The building manager says his name was Hiruma and lived on the 3rd floor. The kid talked about somebody on the 2nd floor, so this is a different person. Which room? We haven't gone in yet. Get the key from the manager. We need to check it out right away. Don't we need permission? I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Go ahead. Oh.
Hey. And it's
Yes,
more
good.
Like, hey.
I thought that would be the case.
Nice. Help me. Help me. I guess probably more like, help me.
That's the 4th floor. Hurry to the 4th floor. Okay. I guess it's back inside the building. Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it being this fiddly, I think makes sense in terms of the sprinting up the stairs. It makes me think of there's a sequence in Final Fantasy VII where you have to sneak into a building and you can choose to overtake the lift that's in the main core of it or run up all the flights of stairs to get to a specific floor. And the game makes you run up all those flights of stairs if you choose to. The characters actively and loudly complain the entire time that you chose to do this instead of taking the lift. Okay, it's not that. I guess it's around the back of the building, huh?
Either that or, I mean, you can just go through.
Won't let me. There's a way that we can get around the back.
Also, do we know it's 401?
We don't. I was kind of like...
The fucking Gattaca shirt, Jesus. Help. Help him. Help Hikaru. Please help Hikaru.
Mm-hmm. Don't tell me the kid did it. Don't tell me the kid is like, where's Hikaru? Shaking this man on the cusp of a balcony on the 4th floor. If you don't tell me where he is. Uh-huh. Where are Tetsu and Sumio?
On a stakeout.
A stakeout? This whole time? Didn't they start like 3 days ago?
Technically, it was 4.5 days ago. It's not just our unit. The whole department is on this investigation.
Is it that big of a job? What the hell? You know what's going on, right?
Of course.
So, what is it?
Morikawa, you've got a big mouth, don't you? Can't tell someone like that.
You Department of Intelligence guys are real dicks, huh?
Same as the multi-regional agents. It's the same deal. Everyone hates us both.
Don't equate us with you guys. You career types are just jealous.
But the key to the silver case
Hey, Naka. You trying to pick a fight?
No. Pissing people off is my job.
Whatever. I just need to ask the boss.
I don't think the boss knows anything.
Well, why not?
It's under Central's command. Technically, it falls under our jurisdiction, so...
Central. Moving the pieces in the background. Naka, you gathering info?
Well, I am helping, yeah.
Give us some info then.
Well, depends on the situation.
Oh, come on. Don't forget that we're all friends here.
Morikawa, you're the last person I want to hear that from.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So anyways, why is that guy here? Rafter.
It's like the boss called him out.
Why? What?
Apparently, he's getting this case.
That better be all. I mean, like, we have to be, so we can be here as the person experiencing the narrative. But we've not necessarily proven ourselves to be competent.
Yeah.
Either as a soldier or an investigator. I think at least 2 people have died on our watch, if not more. Actually, definitely more. It's probably in the ballpark of 5 by now.
Wow, it's not all your fault.
It's not
Can't go
necessarily
blame
our
yourself.
fault, but we do feel to be an
Can't
ill omen.
Go blaming yourself for this. You have to let go.
I can't do it. Can't do what? Trust him. I can't trust my partner. Is that the reason why? The reason? Do I even need any more reasons? Partners who can't trust each other hurt the investigation. I'm requesting reassignment. For who? Boss, do you understand me? Of course I mean for Morikawa. Please reassign Morikawa. I've got Morikawa on another investigation. You still want reassignment? I haven't heard anything about that. There are some things I cannot tell you. I don't think so. I'm his partner. I guess so. Okay. Reassignment it is then. Thank you. Leave them here. Leave what? Your gun and badge. Leave them here and get the fuck out. Me? Yeah. Oh, why? I only need agents who can get the job done. Can you tell me you're better at your job than Morikawa? I have no need for people who can't trust their friends. Whatever his background might be, is this not the time to trust him? Boss.
Interesting implications about his background.
I mean, visual storytelling, the way that he dresses, the fact that I think they kind of mentioned something along the lines of that he's got a bunch of really good informants, and there's a mahjong fiend. The puzzle pieces are.
Oh yeah, no, actually, that's a very good point.
Your words.
Wonder if he has any cool tattoos.
I mean, I would flip if in this chapter it turns out that he needs to go full Kazuma Kiryu to handle somebody. This guy is infected by crime. Tears off his shirt.
God, okay, that... Just thinking about the fact that we have the crime virus and also one of the cops is being, I think, pretty significantly implied to be former, or to shall we say, to have ties to organized crime.
I guess this is probably the distinction between crime lower C and crime capital C, right? Like, this department isn't necessarily for dealing with organized crime or fraud, but specifically people who have been driven mad by the virus.
Yeah.
And so they're like, yeah, it's very, have you seen the anime Psycho-Pass?
No, I have not.
It is very good. It's
okay.
written by a guy who does a lot of kind of like high concept visual novels. I don't think all of them necessarily have the same accolade as this particular anime, but it's like a cyberpunk future that hits in a very kind of minority port sort of way. General happiness is incredibly high, and one of the things that they do is that the kind of like there's a computerized policing system that is monitoring everybody's emotional levels. They've managed to kind of work out the hormonal and physical biomechanics of people who are in a position to commit crimes. And so people who are in a negative psychological state where they could be pushed to doing criminal activity are then targeted by this particular agency whose job it is to go and handle people who have bad crime coefficients. It establishes in like the first episode of like somebody who is a serial killer and assaults somebody on the street. Everybody kind of watches them do it in a very kind of like, oh, I couldn't be involved kind of way. They eventually shoot the criminal, but the victim is so traumatized and panicking that her hormonal reading puts her in the crime coefficient area, so they are obligated to kill her as well, which does a very, very good establishing of what the world is like in the first episode. But there is a lot of a lot of the people who are on the team and like the main character, quote unquote, is somebody who is an ex-criminal because they're in the best position to kind of understand psychologically of what would drive somebody to crime. Yeah. Whether it lands all of its socio-political talking points is not something I could specifically say. It's been a while and there's a lot of side media, but as like during my kind of days where I was like a really big cyberpunk fiend, like that was a genre I was super into, it was a really interesting one of doing a high-tech low life but isn't about neon signs and naked women.
Yeah.
You know, there are two types of cyberpunk in the world.
Or, wow, cool gun.
Hey, what if naked women hold cool gun?
Holy shit! Hold
Right?
on, I gotta write this down. I gotta tell someone about.
Wait.
I gotta write this down. And
What
then
if
mail it to
naked
myself.
woman is cool gun?
Okay,
Mind
shut the
freak.
stream down right now. Don't let this idea get up before I can copyright this.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Ugh. I keep telling myself every so often that at some point I would want to try and play like the cyberpunk video game, because I am like, it's like a 50-50 coin flip on somebody being like, the game is really good, and like, lol, Lamau. And I'm like, I don't know who to trust. I don't know if I want to spend money on it. I'd visit somebody's house and watch them play. It's also, as I understand, exclusively a first-person shooter, so I don't think I'd be able to play it anyway.
Yeah. No, I kind of get the feeling that people's opinions on that game comes down to, shall we say, their priorities. Because I do have faith that if you're like, yeah, I want like a cool cyberpunky environment, like a city I can run around and do cyberpunky things in, then like, yeah, that's, you're going to get your, you know, grand punk cyber. But I'm under the impression it reheats a whole lot of the things that have been wrong with cyber quote-unquote punk for the past like 3 decades. Like
I'm willing to put up with what if naked woman had cool gun if there was a discussion about the functional community of setting, but because the genre was like typified by like the William Gibson, like, oh, I'm a cool loner criminal guy, so there is no community because I'm on my own. And then Neil Stephenson in Snow Crash writes an entire book about pointing out how silly and childish that is, but it's still what the genre is, because people looked at the parody version of the character and went, wow, cool, is still the funniest fucking thing to me. Cruising says, I remember hearing about Psychopaths because apparently it had an episode where they went to America, and in the dub was confusing because the original Japanese version had American characters speak English, but the Japanese characters still speak Japanese, which was actually important for certain parts of the episode. So the dub is just like all over the place. I see. That's funny. Squaring the circle on that is always a little complicated. Where like nationality and regionality is like a complicated thing. There is a really, really funny bit we'll eventually resume playing the video game. I'm sorry, not sorry. In Like a Dragon, so like Yakuza 8, where if you play in the English dub, you run into a foreigner who is new to the area. So in the Japanese version, where everybody's speaking Japanese, you run into this guy and he's speaking English and you can't understand him. In the English dub specifically, not only does that foreigner speak Japanese, even though the game is established that we are in Japan and so on and so forth. There's a whole bit where like the main character looks at the camera and goes, I know what, it doesn't say directly, I know what this is, but kind of like fucking Office stares at camera for the bit. They actually added in a whole extra animation for the English dub to just make the joke funny. Which I think whips. That's so good.
Yeah, that's quite good.
A whole bunch of people are like, you're messing around with the original intent of the script, and it's like, it's the
this doesn't fucking translate, my guy.
They
also
wrote
like,
it. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of how modern games are translated. Most games' English translations are done in step with the original Japanese scripting because the game would take years longer to release otherwise, and to avoid circumstances that would be functionally untranslatable after they've spent many millions of dollars writing something. So they knew this would happen and then worked directly with the localization team to make it funny. Like, anyway, we're being berated for not trusting our partner. The way you think. It's about time you rethought all of it. All of it. What do you mean? You've been here a year. I let you in on recommendation from the mayor, but maybe he's gone senile. You can't see the reality with just pride. We don't need a forensic investigation here. What?
Just caught a bit of Japanese at the bottom that just said, "What is a friend?" I wonder how much of these are changing scene by scene. It like are these,
true.
Like,
considering that's what this conversation.
Thoughts?
So it's in a monologue depending on the scene we're in. Intense.
I'm wondering.
That's so. No wonder there's loading, because it's loading unique text for the sequences. I see. It's so elaborate and so unlocalizable. How dare you? You need to understand that the times are changing. I understand. I'll think about it and give you my reply. Think long and hard. Don't worry about the time. If you see your father, tell him I said hi. Oh yeah, because her dad's quite high ranking in like regular police or in politics. Excuse me? Uchiska. There's no need to rush it.
Yeah, I think that was not like a.
Excuse me. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
yes, it's one of those things that I guess comes around when there are portraits that have different emotions to them, so you can get a read of the line.
Yeah, no, this is a challenging game to line read for, just because there's so much trying to anticipate where things are going.
Morikawa, you're all flushed. What's up? I'm sick of this. how come you're allowed to work the way you do? Did the boss say something? He says you're better at your job than me, and the way that I think is the problem. Isn't that the truth? Are you serious? How can you say that when you shirk your responsibilities in the field? Why? I have my own way of investigating. A career type like you can't do it. This is my investigation. Don't come in and start bitching. We're no longer partners, got it? Well, what a shame. Breaking up with the starlet of the HC unit. I'll be so lonely. I don't know if I can take the solitude. I didn't realize there was this much animosity, actually.
Yeah.
What is your problem? Are you that dissatisfied? Do you want to work with me? Do you want to work with me? Then don't treat me like a sidekick. I don't waste time investigating like you do. Really? What can you do with that wannabe profiling shit? It's the real thing. Don't underestimate the deeper side of crime. Lowercase. Data is the most crucial evidence of all. You saying that because of your pride as a career type? Or as a woman? I'm saying it as a professional. A professional career woman? What a fucking joke. The way you geezers investigate is old. Huh.
Profiling has been reduced to a media relations thing.
Eavesdropping bitch. I guess she's not keeping her voice down, but...
Yeah. That's the truth. Nowadays, with criminal cases getting worse and worse, it just isn't useful now. Hachiska, you understand that, right?
You'd better get out of here before that pride of yours gets destroyed.
These days, profiling is archaic. It's obvious which is old, isn't it?
Fine. I'll investigate my way. I'll find out what really happened in the apartment. I'll find the answers you can't. If it was a suicide, what fucking answers? Loopy broad.
Loopy brunchies.
You're not in Mad Men, but she's just Morikawa, calm the fuck down. Do whatever.
Morikawa,
Huh?
I don't care what you do in private, but please keep romance out of the workplace.
Me?
Looked like a lover's quarrel to me. It isn't very pretty.
Not unlike my inert man stares out of window. Me and Chizuru? Are you misunderstanding something?
If that's the case, then that's fine. But it feels like the remnants of sex are in the air. Morikawa, you're a grown man, so...
What the hell? You're imagining this bullshit. Naka, you're kind of fucked up.
Really? My instincts are generally pretty spot on with this kind of thing.
What makes you think so?
I was an undercover specialist in the Department of Intelligence, so I've broken up plenty of love affairs.
So you're actually a hard worker, huh?
Yeah. I'm kind of a social outcast, so I could start up my own private detective agency anytime.
I love to be professionally paid to watch people have sex.
In a judgmental manner, you know.
That's scary. Now be careful. Naka, you're actually in love with Chizuru, aren't you?
No. I'm only into younger girls.
Naka.
Yeah, this, I think, it is. We are learning so much about the perception of, or like just so much about like who comprises the elite police.
Yeah,
in
I
this,
was after
where
this scene
it's like-
ended, I was gonna ask you, being like, how do you think that this game depicts police? Because I don't actually think it's particularly rosy at all. I think this game is.
I think it thinks police are incredibly fucking sexist and maybe pedophiles.
Although
or I'm
the way that this guy reads, I read that charitably as
Yeah.
the kind of person that when somebody is like asks you a stupid question and then you're like, oh, I just did it because I'm preparing to just jump off the top balcony of this building, like say something entirely outrageous in response to something, is how I read that. But you know,
I think he's probably like, my gut response was, okay, he's probably not saying I call me oingo boingo the way I like little girls, but that he probably means like I don't remember how old he is, but I'm guessing he's like, oh, jailbait, you know. Love to celebrate a girl turning 18. Yeah.
They gave how old Chizuru is, but this may be, well, you know how like in anime there's somebody who's like 27 and they're like fossil. There's a number of characters here who are 50, so it's not that, but I don't think Chizuru is necessarily that old. I think she's 30 maybe.
I think the quotation marks around younger actually that combined with you pointing out that she is not like, I don't think she's especially like she is not in her 40s, definitely not. Does cast this in a pretty damning light, but we'll see what's maybe the next line of dialogue will.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna need to go back over this particular episode and make a number of clips in terms of how. Yeah.
God.
I can imagine. Disasters. They are all disasters.
Morikawa, are you familiar with the works of
Nabokov?
Nabokov?
Yeah.
Fuck off. We were not. Jinx, you owe me a 500-word essay on. God, Christ.
I mean, I wonder if there is a YouTube video essay on the silver case and policing.
It feels like there's gotta be. Though this is old enough, it might be more like a fucking blog post.
True. Rafter, the boss is calling. I suppose I probably could have wandered over to Naka's desk and talked to him, but now I don't want to. Help me. Good work on the Kamui case. Looks like your corporation was key to cracking it. I want to thank you on behalf of all of us. Oh, it only required like 3 people dying.
Requires a strong word.
Boss, let's get down to business. Okay, I'll be frank. I'm designating you Heinous Crimes Unit Special Agent. But whether or not to accept it is up to you. Do you want the position? Decide now. You've been scouted. That happens a lot here. Everyone here is scouted by the boss. From what I've seen, I don't think you'll be able to live outside of this world. You could say that you're built almost like a criminal. Tell me if you have any reason to turn this down. That means you'll be living in this world now. That get your stomach all upset? There's one way to turn it down. Right here and now. The Firebird Splash. Do it. What do you say?
Fire.
Huh? Okay then, welcome aboard.
The Firebird Splash. Oh my god, that's pretty funny actually. It's a fucking wrestling move.
Oh yeah, because there's a whole bunch of wrestling moves across like Grasshopper manufacture stuff. Quite intentionally. You know, we've got like the Masked to Smith from Killer 7. All of the grapple moves in No More Heroes are specifically different types of suplex.
I just think it's so funny. This may say something about me. I read Firebird Splash and was like, oh, is this like a kind of alcohol? Is it like, oh, you don't
I
wanna
also
do this,
was
then...
like, do a shot. And then I was like, is it wrestling? And yeah, wrestling. I want to say actually, like the very first Grasshopper manufacture like deal was like a Fire Pro wrestling game on the SNES. Like wrestling is like deep in the studio DNA. And is personally of an interest of Suda51 as a person.
That's fun.
We're buddies now. I may have pissed you off before, but let's forget all about that now. Looking forward to working with you. You've just started, but the case of that apartment complex. Take over the case of Morikawa. Morikawa's already investigating. Rafter, you give him support. What's the situation? I've checked out all the background info. The victim, Kenichi Hiruma, didn't have any clear motivation to kill himself. I'm treating it as a homicide. Not moments ago. Not moments ago, Morikawa. Did you say to Chizuru that was a suicide, and her forensic investigation and notion that there was probably more to it was her being a silly broad?
You're just a paranoid bitch. I am wondering, like, did time pass
in the intervening period of time? Yeah.
Or was there no time that passed, and he was saying this to basically fuck with her?
Mm-hmm. Don't let anything get by you. What about Hachisuka's report? Still the same. Go easy on her. How was the crime scene? It didn't look like a suicide overall. Why not? Just my gut feeling. That's good. But don't rely on that too much. I'll be careful. Takaru-kun. Oh, no, that's Hikaru-kun. Tasukete. Oh, sure. Yeah, that does say help Hikaru. That tracks.
It looks like that kid's handwriting may have improved a little bit.
In the intervening period of time, truly. What about this? Boss, have a look. The kid living in those apartments. He was peeking from his balcony. That kid, huh? Rafter, keep in contact with him. He may prove to be a crucial witness. What about this Hikaru? Help. Morikawa, look into this too. Got it. What about the silver case investigation? Nothing new to report. Even something small is fine. Make sure to keep delivering your reports. I'm counting on you. Great. Let me, okay, we do get to speak to you.
I don't like being obstructed. I don't like how the chief director thinks.
Even though everybody's been hand-selected, there's not necessarily a guarantee that everybody gets on, huh? I was expecting him to be able to leave out this, but I guess not. Okay. Nobody here. Anything on ceiling or floor? Have you seen the marker I've missed?
I I don't. Do we need to speak to him again?
Possibly.
What? I'll take that as a no. Is it like rotating to see someone else we can talk to?
I need to save. I haven't saved in a while.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And how are we doing for time? Hour and a half. So,
Yeah,
might be a
about
good time to
halfway
take a
through.
break soon.
Indeed.
Shall we,
sounds
while
good
we're
by
in
me.
the kind of like wandering around moment, shall we take the break now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. When we return, cops. See you in 5, everybody. All right, we are back. We have returned to Heinous Crimes, Unit 1. I'm not quite sure where else I need to go. I mean, I guess we can continue bothering this man until he's like... Yeah, okay.
Stay out of my way.
That was exactly what was needed to do, apparently. Fine. I guess it would be intimidating if a non-verbal man just walked up and just hovered behind you while you were working. Rafter, let's go. It's officially your first job.
Okay, so no, that was not what we needed to do, but it is funny.
I mean, can I actually leave now? I couldn't leave before, so that was what we needed
funny.
to do.
Okay. Going to be trying out the Slate Ultra Protein High Protein Milkshake with 42 grams of protein in 190 calories.
How many steaks did they put in that milkshake?
It's okay. It
Okay.
tastes okay.
Usually anything that recently has been marketed for like extra protein, I'm like, either it is exactly the same, or the thing they've added has now made this normal item taste awful. Yeah, sorry, Rafter, but I'll leave this to you. Go deal with the boy. Chase down any leads you may get. Well, I've got some minor business to attend to. I'm taking the car.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
but get a cab or something.
Great. I love how this is after a big fuss has been made about like don't do jobs alone.
And about Chizuru specifically complaining that he's never around to actually assist her with work.
Yeah.
So she's not wrong at all.
Oh no. No, this guy clearly sucks.
All right. No. The arduous process of walking to the 4th floor.
I wonder if there's anything that door could.
Oh,
provide,
sure.
but-
That opens back into the garden outside. We can inspect that now if we want.
Let's. We can keep our priorities in check and navigate to the 4th floor.
Let's see if we can find this kid. Contact point.
Oh, a contact point. Wow.
Okay. Ah.
Child. You came. No, please, come on in. It's a bit messy, but come on in.
Ah, yes, back to the stakeout.
Hmm. Right.
Interesting that we're getting that update mid. Aw.
And I ended up hitting the jackpot. Man, it was awesome. Felt like getting an electric shock all through my body. Some sort of sixth sense, you know. It must have been some kind of superpower. So I guess that means I'm a superhero, huh? Right, Sunio? So that means you got a superhero for a partner. Must be sweet. Even in the face of certain death, you can use my cinemakinesis, you know?
Oh, I didn't have that ability written down for City of Espers. Fuck. I'm already at the max number of psychic abilities for layout. Fuck.
Expansion. This is, you know, save that shit for the add-on zine.
That's telekinesis. Oh, I'm so sleepy.
Hey, concentrate on your job. Been slacking a bit recently, huh? Pick up a bit of know-how and think you're a veteran now? Don't make me laugh. That's why you kids these days are shit.
I'm 26. I'm not exactly a kid.
Oh shit. Is that the only excuse you got? The only real shit you've seen is a bunch of kids play.
I mean, granted, around those kids playing was a woman with a gun.
I'd say it's 6 cups of sugary coffee. 1 cup for adjustment. 2 cups for a slight tweak. 3 cups for your youth. 4 cups for diabetes. 5 cups to get back to reality. And 6 cups to get defiant. Basically, just a load of shit.
Tetsu?
What?
You're super bored, aren't you?
Yeah. Update. The high protein milkshake may be giving me a slight headache.
I'm sorry.
I am also drinking water. We will find out what happens.
You've just got a whole, like, Ozzy and Drix situation going on inside you right now, huh?
Young geeky guy.
I guess that is the front door. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe they've made somebody's home look so thoroughly, I was going to say unappetizing. Oh, this isn't so bad. It's just...
It's kind of oppressive looking. And kind of depressive looking.
You know, the process of renting kind of means you just don't really get to put shit on the walls.
Oh, who live a little, invest in spackle, it'll be fine. Okay, have a seat, please. Oh, no, I'll let you.
I guess I can't remember if this is the same. Is this the same guy as the one that let us in? It feels like the character design is a little different.
They do look different, actually, yeah.
I hope you don't mind. This is all I have. Ocha. Oh, no. It is Koichi. Sure. I'll leave that to you.
You're a detective, right? I actually have a favor to ask you. I want you to find him, Hikaru. He disappeared. We always used to play together, but all of a sudden, he just disappeared.
Does this kid live alone?
Nobody else has noticed. Everyone in my class just totally forgot about Hikaru. Isn't that mean? So I thought about it, and something's definitely fishy. Everyone's plotting something. They took Hikaru and hid him somewhere. That has to be it. Everyone hates Hikaru for being an outsider. Hikaru's getting bullied a lot. Everyone always does that to transfer students. When I was in second grade, I transferred here too. For my first year, nobody would even talk to me. The same thing happened to Hikaru too. So, I'm protecting him. So everyone doesn't bully him. Kojima and Nakao are really mean guys. So I'm sure they planned something. They wanted to bully Hikaru even more. I won't let them get away with it. My mom. She's at work. She does a grown-up job. So I'm always by myself at night. It's not lonely. I cried a lot when I was small, but now I like being alone. But I have Hikaru right next door, so it's really fun. He always plays the songs I like. Hikaru's room is on the other side of this wall, so if he turns it up, I can hear. We played a lot. I was always with Hikaru. We found fun places. It's complicated. Hikaru's house is, too. Oh boy. Hikaru moved here about a year ago.
Me.
Yeah. Also, that fucking VW bug.
Mm-hmm.
He parked in the parking lot in a foreign car. Hikaru's mom's boyfriend was driving the car. And the three of them moved in. Even then, Hikaru seemed really lonely. I think it was because he didn't like his mom's boyfriend. I know how he feels. Mom's boyfriends can be good guys, but some are really mean and violent. Since they're stronger, you can't fight back. I think Hikaru must have felt the same way. Yeah, that was it. Both my house and Hikaru's house only have a mom and a kid. But I've been telling Hikaru, it's nothing to be ashamed of at all. Even if people say mean things, just ignore them and keep going. You agree, don't you? People don't need to feel sorry for us. The first time I met Hikaru was when he came to my house to say hi after he moved here. He looked really embarrassed and was hiding behind his mom. I thought he looked so cute somehow. Turned out he was the same age as me and lives in the same district. So I told him we'd go to the same school. I said, I hope we're in the same class. Then Hikaru smiled. He laughed like a frog. Don't remember much after that, but we played together.
I'm enjoying all the FMVs that they've recorded for the two of them.
Yeah. I taught him all about these apartments. Like the baker, and I introduced him to the guy on the second floor. We ran around the building together. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you our secret. You know the parking lot down there? There's a secret base there. We tried lots of times and failed, but we finally finished our first secret base. Hey, Hikaru. Look at this.
I see. Also, I was like, oh, does Hikaru have like a secret power so we can make the secret base in the wall? Or what?
This here?
Oh wow, cool! It's a secret robot base.
Wow, this is so cool.
It's a special edition of TV Dream. Did you buy it, Koichi?
Yeah, I'll lend it to you.
Really? For reals?
Also, I have a plan.
What is it?
We're gonna build a secret base, just like the robot one.
A secret base.
Yeah, our own secret base.
Wow, that's so cool. Let's do it.
You're in charge of the blueprints. I'll be in charge of construction.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll check out TV Dream for ideas.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll gather materials for the base.
Okay, I'll start designing it. Hey, when do we start?
Right away.
Okay, let's get started.
Isn't it cool? But it always gets broken. So, we made a second secret base. But I can't tell you about that one. Are you gonna come again tomorrow? I'm gonna make sure to find the guy who did it. So help me with my investigation, okay? I need a really good assistant. Otherwise, I won't be able to help Hikaru. Promise, okay? I'll be waiting here. My mom's gonna come home, so you should hurry up and go.
Oh, Of the various strangers one could let into their home.
Don't worry, I'm nonverbal.
Interesting thing.
Can we do something with the door in the back?
I'll try. I don't think there was a movement option to keep going back there.
I thought I saw one.
Oh. We're just all about this kid's house.
We could be learning. Oh, okay, we got some
Warhammer over there. Can't really look at it though.
cool sword monsters,
Mhm,
sword hand
mhm.
monsters.
I mean, everybody's a fan of Cyril Edge and they're right to feel that way. I still think that's like one of the dopest designs they've done in years. I'm a kid at heart.
I mean, hey, they put a freaking net navi in
Right?
Pokemon.
It's so
That's like-
Net Battlers coded.
It's
The
just a
Banana
kill
Rouge.
shot on you.
Yeah, in like pop culture TV and film as a kid, I always like saw those American like TV shows and cartoons where they're like, we've made a tree house, or like, oh, we've made a secret base, and I'm like, that's really cool. I definitely do not live somewhere where that would be a feasible thing to do. Nor
Yeah.
would my parents ever let me attempt something like that. Oh, Ghost of Hikaru. Help Koichi.
Huh?
Where are your forensics now, Chizuru? Ghosts are real. It turns out that Morikawa is actually an exorcist, and that's what his shady past is. No actual crime. Tetsu?
So, oh right, that never mind. Yeah, that's you.
You know something, right?
So boyish looking.
500. No, I can count. 50,000. Oh, no, yes, true. It's just the face in the corner. I didn't see it. Sorry.
50,000.
Tetsu? You're listening?
50,000. Shut the fuck up.
50,000 what?
Yes. Sprite over.
Horse? Oh, right. He's fucking horse gambling.
Fuck am I supposed to do for this month? Huh? What the hell am I supposed to tell Akemi?
Oh, no.
Sumio, what day is today?
It's, July 3rd.
The 3rd? We just got paid. 22 more days. The fuck am I supposed to do? What am I gonna do?
That's, not really, mate.
I had a bad feeling about it. Name's Sprite over. You know Sonobe in accounting, right? That fucking idiot told me. He said he had a lead. Said the Tsubaki Syndicate had fixed it. I mean, it makes sense if you think about it, right? How else is that fucking idiot supposed to win? A digital check on the best 9. That's what I thought. I fucking knew it.
Well, you believed him, yeah? So what are you going to do for the rest of the month?
Sumio, don't say shit. Just lend me some cash.
Nope.
Come on, buddy. Please, I said the magic word.
Please try asking someone else. Check with the Katagawa over the radio or something. That guy's rolling in it.
Show Naka that I'm weak?
You are not young enough for him to want to listen to you.
How the fuck am I supposed to ask a bitchy little queen like that to lend me money?
My god, this guy. Didn't he dropped the F slur last time, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's very fun. Like in the opening episode, because he's the first person we meet. So, and from his point of view, and we catch him being kind of genuinely surprised at the strange goings on. So he's like, oh, you know, he's just a grizzled, hardworking guy caught up in something strange. He's got the Columbo character design going on and all of that. It's, you know, it's just a detective trying to make his way in the world. And just every subsequent text box that comes out of this guy's mouth.
The year is 1999, and I think I dislike homos a pretty appropriate amount.
Columbo would never say that. He wouldn't. Shaking my fists, crying.
One more thing, Queen.
Oh, hey, Naka. Tetsu says he wants to talk to you about something. Here, I'll turn it over to him.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
Come on.
Naka? Sorry, I know you're busy. I'm gonna ask you straight up. Can you lend me some cash? Yeah. 50,000. That's pretty funny. I enjoyed that little the fucking degradation and degeneration, I guess, of the stakeout.
Just they are slowly losing resolution as it I don't know. There are definitely some days that are long enough. I'm like, ooh, I have definitely dropped to 720p.
Oh yeah. When you first said that, I was like, oh, 720 pounds in your bank account. Yeah, that makes sense.
Similarly, coming back from a long day at work and just hearing this the moment I return to my house.
Ah, my room.
All right.
You
What has
don't
Bat
wanna watch
sent me
TV?
today? Yeah, Morikawa didn't fucking come back, did he? He was gone. Oh, like I guess it's the owner of the building, like the building company, Postmodern. Subject warning: that room is bugged. Be careful. Oh, that's the full email. Cool.
Ah. So wait, why do you think the? How did you associate Postmodern with the owner of the building?
Oh, like it's to all. So, and maybe it's because the building that I currently live in, there's like a landowner, right? So whenever there is something that is I guess relevant to the entire set of properties, we all get an email about something important, like, oh, we need to fix the bollards at the end of the road. Oh, this light is being replaced. So I kind of read it as that style of email, like, we're messaging everybody in the building about this thing. Because it was also, but it could just be an individual who has now sent emails to a large number of people saying that the building's bugged. It would be strange either way, but that was the way I kind of like rationalized it.
Sure. Yeah, I wonder, did it, like, that's such a strange email to send to a group.
Mm-hmm.
I see the face channel is not on today.
Well, no, it's not on today. Do I have a gun? No gun. They have realized it was a bad idea to give me a gun. Can we step into these streets? We can. Oh, I guess under my own power, I'm like, let's go back to the apartment building. Would you live in an apartment block called Typhoon?
Oh, Christ. I'd say if it's far enough from the coast for
yeah,
that to
depends
not
where in the
feel-
world, right?
in fucking Japan, that's bleak, man. Okay, yeah, let's. Right, yes. Let's see if we can find the secret base, maybe.
True. I keep seeing this alleyway over there and being like, fishy,
Do we
suspicious,
need
but
to
we
go
cannot.
right first to be able to go there? No, guess not. Huh.
All right. It was yeah, the parking garage that they said was I'm not gonna just ring on the doorbell. Although one wonders, but okay. Because yes, there is the feasibility of literally working our way down the entire complex and knocking on every door and seeing if anything comes up, but
I don't think that's a bad idea.
okay.
I mean, like, I think if I would be surprised if the game let that be a total waste of time.
Because we know that there is a named character on the second floor. C. No.
And I guess better to say, if we don't get anything out of it, then I don't expect it to at least waste much time.
Sure. There's a little bit of menuing to do it, but oh, wait, no. I must admit, least creepy explorable area yet.
Yeah.
I guess just by the fact that it's during the day, but
yeah. I think it's an interesting vibe so far.
I mean, like, the hauntingness is more about the circumstances of the people within rather than the location, but
yeah.
His explanation of, like, well, sometimes boyfriends are just strong and you can't fight them, so oh yeah, no, we cleared floor 2, so the old guy did not answer the door.
God, do you think we'll have to hit some of the bells multiple times?
I think there needs to be something to convey that. I am not gonna.
Yeah.
But hey.
No, I'm with you on that. I think if we knew someone was, like, specifically what...
At a door number and bothering it specifically, yes, absolutely. Before we go down that alleyway, because there's a chance that it will force a cutscene if I move in front of the door, so... I see. Never mind.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Can you go back to the previous door? Because I noticed you were hitting the doorbell, but does it prevent you from just going in? Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
I think that was on impulse of having tried to enter into a door previously, but yeah. Let me go and check the far end door before I go and knock on the door of the actual kid. Due diligence.
Actual child.
Actually, this would be the apartment that Hikaru would live in if they were next door.
Can you enter that one?
Still no.
Okay.
It would make sense that they would be locked. Oh, is that what I look like?
Oh no, that's Morikawa, right?
Oh, sure.
So the key... fucking hell. Okay, let me screenshot this. Morikawa, a key. It looks like... Is it saying the key is hidden in the trash? It's something... The usage of, like, left arrow, bin, left arrow.
I'm gonna take a second to double check what detective is in Japanese so I can properly read what that's there, because I'm curious. There's one I can never. The third character there. I think it's she, but I always get it wrong. There's another one that looks really similar to it.
Let's see.
We want Tante or these are all in kanji, which does not really help. Because that does not say Tante. It says definitely something else. Nimitsu.
Yeah, I went on G-Show and I'm.
It's probably not detective then. They've localized it to something else. But
Huh.
Interesting. Anyway, I can't be stuck in the weeds. But okay, we're looking at a rubbish bin that has had a note thrown inside it and a syringe.
Oh, I guess that is. Oh my god, I was looking at that like note as like a fucking flower. Oh, we got a code. Okay.
It's a map. It says.
What a map. Okay, well we've got that on hand. That's good.
Oh, I guess that's where the secret base is, huh?
Man, I'm trying to think of what to do with that information. Because I don't think we. Do we need to do something with the thing on the first floor?
Do we see a trash can on the first floor?
I guess I'm thinking about whatever that shutter was that says like in.
This is true.
Like,
because
is that a trash incinerator or something?
All right. Let's try that first, and then I'm gonna go and if that doesn't pan out, I think I might pester people on the second floor, in case that figure is supposed to be the nice guy. Not allowed to interact. Can't go all the way out to the lot. That door is knockable, and this area is entirely nothing I can do there. And there's no 102 or 103, it's just 101. All right, let's see if we can find Mr. Man. Because I don't think we know specifically what his address is, so... And failing this, we'll take another look at the map. Ah.
Hey, okay, there we go.
Yes. The building manager. He wasn't there. Today was the community council meeting, so he's probably back by now.
So I'm assuming the building manager would be living in like 101. Unless it's
that does make sense. All right. What a diabolical
are we
thing!
Just gonna get a wild goose chase?
I believe it. I believe that.
I also believe that. And I'm kind of like, remember when we did a mastermind puzzle together? That was fun. I'm kind of surprised it only did that once.
Okay. Ah, yes. Yes, this is the guy. Sure. So he's
Okay,
the building manager. Hmm.
Yes. So you're a detective, huh? No, the parking lot. You can't get in there. Why not? Ah, it's still locked, isn't it? Hold on a second. Okay, can you open it with this? Yeah, just stick the key right in. I'll go get the key from you later.
It doesn't go with you. Just like, here's the key. Security?
it back.
Well, that's not my job.
Please bring it back eventually.
Mm-hmm. That jingle is used in menus in No More Heroes as well.
Ah, it sounds like a ringtone.
The smooth glide into the parking lot. I wonder if you'll see the fancy beetle.
Ah, true.
Well, there's trash cans at the end.
Good point. By gum, it's a contact point.
Contact point.
Trash! Oh.
Nodding. Nodding firmly.
Secret base. Hospitality. Wow. Detectives really are awesome. Isn't this place cool? I worked really hard. Together with Hikaru. We'd start when it started getting dark. And dig holes a little at a time. Digging holes is fun. Guys like holes.
I mean, this is a weird
like
pop
to think
culture
holes
thing
are-
that comes up. And kind of like, oh yeah, no, if a guy just starts digging a hole at a beach, other guys will suddenly start swarming to them like flies to also dig the hole. Which I don't know if that's true, but it seems to be like a how homing pigeons have an instinct. Straight men too also love to dig a hole.
My mom's boyfriend always said a hole is a goal. I feel like digging these holes helped us grow. I got this from a computer company that went out of business. Oh my god, what a fucking 1999 sentence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to use it, but it's our secret base's control panel. One day I'll switch it on and use it for investigations. For this case, the perpetrator was really dumb. The hint was in the gum. The solution is coming up after the commercial break. This has been Columbone. I guess that would have been, like
the narrator kind of voice.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't I sound like him? I'm good at impersonation. Okay, so this is what I think about the perpetrator. I gathered some witnesses. By my reasoning, I narrowed it down to 5 people. I'm like a bookie at the races, huh?
Huh? Are you especially familiar with like horse or dog racing?
Not especially familiar.
It was a dog race track near where I used to live.
Really?
Yeah. It was the architecture of the building was pretty famous. There's like it's Googleable. I'm pretty sure the building is still there, even though the service is no longer running. the Walthamstow Dog Racing Track or whatever it was called. It was just kind of shortened to Walthamstow Dogs, with this gigantic like 1920 like Art Deco neon sign. It looked pretty, to be honest, but it was I went there once as a kid with friends of mine. We bet like £5 across the evening. And one instance of actually winning a race, I just bet on the purple one every time because I just bet for my favorite color. But I distinctly remember winning one of them and getting like £5 back and being like, well, clearly we need to spend those £5 immediately, and then it goes away. And like, oh, I thought I had cracked the code to gambling, Rafi, you understand?
I am seeing the neon sign, and good fucking lord, how dramatic.
Yeah, right? It's because it's, you know, I guess the track is quite large. It's proper stadium sized or what have you, but it's suburban London, so it's not like neon signage is a thing when you're out that far, right? So it really was
not
quite
fucking Vegas.
So it was really quite stark, and it's still like the name of the bus stop, even though the building is long since fallen out of use.
This is Kojima.
I can tell.
It looks like him, right? He's big and he's really mean. He lives in front of Midori Park, but he always brags about it. Because he has a big house. And since Hikaru and me only live with our moms, he makes fun of us. This guy, I thought about killing him. I don't even know how many times. Yeah, I've played with him before, but it wasn't fun at all. Hikaru must have felt the same. So we always ignored him. He was crap, so he never played baseball and everyone stayed away from him. Hikaru was crap too, so he always got picked on. I always call Hikaru to play right away and bring him back. This guy's the biggest suspect.
Mm-hmm.
This is Nakao. We take the same route to school, and we're in the same group. And he's the group leader, but he always acts really big. He treats me and Hikaru and Shigenori like we're his lackeys. He says lots of mean stuff. But one time, I couldn't take it anymore, and we got in a fight. I always knew it, that this guy wasn't so tough. But he acts so bossy, so it got me really mad. I couldn't beat him, but it was a tie. Got a bit better after that, and Hikaru supported me, so he's holding a grudge. He's another big suspect. This guy, Shimizu, he's really popular in my class. He's good looking. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
He's best at baseball, and he has a sense of justice.
I mean, anybody who's good looking has eyes like that, triangular.
He looks a bit like a beetle. and everyone likes him.
He does have the kind of like 60s mod bob, yeah.
But during baseball, his personality changes. He's all like, oh, I'm gonna hit the ball there. Yes, watch me hit this slammer.
See, no, that's an impression of Ruben doing an impression of a beetle.
I just want to get Ruben in the call and go, we're not so different, you and I.
Mm-hmm.
When we played against the 6th graders, Hikaru joined the game. And at a really important point, when he was pinch hitting, couldn't get a hit. It was Shimizu's decision to have Hikaru pinch hit. But he couldn't get a hit. So he blamed Hikaru for us losing the game. Also he's really stuck up. He's really arrogant. Since he's really confident, he forces people into stuff. When I go up to bat, I'm a southpaw, but he won't let me bat lefty. He makes me bat right-handed. Shimizu just decides stuff like this. I can't bat right-handed. So, I'm actually better at baseball than Shimizu. I'm actually the best in our class. But everyone discriminates against me.
This kid is truly 8 years old.
Yeah. I think I enjoy the kind of like verisimilitude of this child is taking you on a very long-winded explanation of this thing that they are seemingly oblivious to the fact that they are going on and fucking on.
What if I just invited this mute detective into my secret base and then told him about 5 kids that I really don't like?
Could be useful. I can't pitch, but I'm a better fielder than anyone else. I'm always in the outfield, and if I bat lefty, I can get lots of hits. But so Shimizu is another possibility. As for Motonobu, he's kind of stupid. He's big.
All of these kids have been bigger than you, I think.
Pretty much. He's so much bigger than everyone else. He really hulks out sometimes. Seriously, he gets all violent like a monster and his face gets super red and he gets angry. He's really strong. Unless we all hold him back, he won't calm down. Motonobu has it hard himself. The guys in the East District always make fun of him. We live in the West District, and so does Motonobu, but we play around places close to home. So we're actually kind of friends. I feel sort of sorry for him sometimes. Kids act like they're fighting a monster and come after him like that. Motonobu's really stubborn, and he won't give up. So we get done in even more. Koike and Takepin always make fun of him. Takepin got Motonobu really angry. Kept calling him a stupid idiot. And then he'd run away, and Shimizu and Koike would beat on him. Motonobu has a short temper, so it's his fault too, but when Motonobu gets really excited, he gets really weird. So he's even bullied Hikaru before. I hope it wasn't Motonobu. These are the girls' bullying group. This is Daria. They're really mean. There's Aonuma and Sukada and Satomi. And Aonuma is like their boss. They're really powerful now because they're friends with the Mitsuhashi group in the sports center area. The Aonuma group lives close by, and they're always grouped together and talking badly behind people's backs.
The groups, like their company? No.
Yeah, it does make it sound like these are gangs. These girls really discriminate against people too, and their parents tell them not to play with single mother kids. Girls in the East District are much nicer. Sakurai and Osawa and Yasuda live really far away. They invited us over to play. And their moms are really nice. I was really happy. Maybe they feel sorry for us? But I don't care. Even though it was New Year's, they came to my birthday party and were super nice to me and Hikaru. But the girls in the West and East wards don't get along at all, and they face off in groups. Sometimes we get mixed up in their power struggles, and Aonuma tells us to join them. When I take Sakurai's side, Aonuma bullies Hikaru. Aonuma is really good at dodgeball, and she could beat Hikaru in a fight. So Aonuma is always making Hikaru cry.
Hmm.
So I stand up for Hikaru and make Aonuma cry to get revenge. But she still bullies Hikaru behind his back. Girls can be really dirty, but I still think that Sakurai and them are way better. The Aonuma group might be keeping Hikaru locked up somewhere. These girls are also top suspects.
This entire time, I've been imagining the big dick just kind of slowly pirouetting on the spot.
I'd like to think he's in a spinny chair and is just kicking the floor very boredly to spin out even rotation. Hey, now it's time to decide on our mark. We're gonna find the perpetrator. You be sure to investigate too, okay? We might be able to help Hikaru. Promise, okay? I'll get hold of you again later.
Morikawa has not checked in on us this entire time.
He's got important stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, that's not true. He said he had something minor to go do.
Mm-hmm. For 2 days. I fully expect them to be melted like Dali paintings.
Oh, I'm fucked. I might as well just die.
Seriously, man? And how did it somehow get up to 100,000?
Whatever. He says he'll spot me, so,
You're gonna pay for it later.
I'll deal with that when it happens. Live in the now, man. In this moment, right now.
I envy you. You've got guts.
Don't flatter me. Just live how you feel.
I was being sarcastic.
But anyways, how long is the stakeout gonna go on?
It can't really be helped.
Can't be helped, huh? Can't be helped.
That is the common way of localizing that phrase, yes. That's right. Can't be helped.
Back when I was in regional, the old man told me, detectives don't use the words can't be helped. Don't ever say that in front of me again. He looked like he was gonna stab me. So Sumio, don't ever use that phrase. If we give up, we lose. That's a detective's job. Burn that into your brain.
Okay then. If I decide I want to die, then I'll use those words.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. I'll kill your ass.
The idea of having to sit in a small car for now I think 4 days, maybe 5. With the other person being a chain smoker, nah, bro. Yeah, I think the nature of in an interestingly similar way to Kaiju Noir, there is something about the weird offbeat flow of this that is quite relaxing, a little sleepy making, but
also kind of mentally taxing.
To try and process the information we're gathering. I think
where you think of go
yeah,
ahead.
maybe kind of calling it here for the time being. This is part. We decided to do 3 parts when I was actually expecting this to be a one shot, as it were. Knowing, like, looking at this stretch down here of seeing how many chapters there are, I'm like, I don't think this is a game that would survive being played through in its entirety on air, but I mean, I'm invested. I definitely will play this more on my own time. But this is, I'd like to call this a good snippet of what the Silver Case is like for those who might be interested to go and give it a whirl themselves. I think I was thinking about in the break, maybe I have a feeling this is me being unfair, but I was thinking about how this game depicts police being terrible and the feelings you get from that, it being displayed directly to you about how they behave. And I'm like, this is really interesting about how that operates. The PMC that's like designed to hunt down crime infected people, and one of them basically saying like, you need to also channel crime in your heart to be able to do it. Like, ooh, that's really interesting. And then I think about our playthrough of Kaiju Noir and how the main character, whenever they interact with their ex, who is a cop and is all kind of like very vocally and insistently ACAB, which they're correct to do, but feels like a non sequitur, like an insertion separate to the flow of the narrative. Like, yes, the game is about what it's about very, very directly, but that felt almost so direct as to be kind of like, amateurish is too mean of a word. Inelegant, I think, is probably the way I would put it.
I think there is a I do think that's very true. There is, when you're being very kind of like didactic with something you're writing, I think you still need to make sure you are it should be like how do I put this? The story writing needs to come first. Because I feel like if you're going full Ayn Rand, like, okay, my character is going to, half of this book is going to be my character makes a speech where they advocate for things that I hold dear. I feel like at that point, you can just... Sorry, brain is a little cooked after so much detective work, but at that point you can just write down, like, why have the narrative framing device? And I think, I know that's sort of, that's not quite what you're saying, because I'm neither of us are saying that Kaiju Noir would have been better if it was just like, I don't know, an analysis of the, or, you know, a polemic on the state of police or anything like that.
It's not like I didn't want the sentiment to be there, but it felt like its execution was in a way that I didn't find especially well blended. I think in almost, actually, if we're being like book club about it and kind of comparing texts, the way that you talk about Killer 7 being a text that functions on its own, but with understanding about things going on external to the text in the real world, what it's trying to convey is richer. Kari in Kaiju Noir being like, cops fucking suck. I can't believe that they act this way. They don't act in the interests of the people. But the only cop that we see in the narrative is the one who is, quote unquote, one of the good ones and doesn't do any of the things that Kari is complaining about. And we know in ourselves, existing in the real world with the kind of political bent and understanding that we as people have, why that text is in there. But if I didn't have that as part of my like framework or whatever, it'd be like, oh, based on what? There is a why do you feel that way? There's nothing actually in the narrative of this story that establishes why you should feel the way you do, because the only cop that we meet doesn't behave in that way. And that's quite interesting, right? If we kind of had an encounter, like if Kari's investigation was directly hampered by another member of the PD establishing that that is actually protocol and the standard way that they would do their things and not be punished for it, and then they're like, fuck cops, oh my god, and we'd be like, yes, true, both externally and internally. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, really, I think a lot of it boils down to show don't tell, and which is not just to, and not just because showing is more compelling than telling, but like, I think it makes the point a lot better. And if your story is telling one thing and showing another, I think it's what it's showing is that is going to stick better.
And I think, even though obviously it requires a broader sense of reading from the audience, showing and then intentionally not telling, because none of the characters internally in the Silver Case have said anything about the state of policing, because they're all from the inside and think that they're correct, but seeing them kind of play in that space and you go like, oh, and you get to kind of draw your own conclusions about how you feel about it. Even though I think it is quite direct, there is still the potential for people to kind of read it in a different way to the way that we're reading it. After all, Metal Gear Solid shows up in people's lists of non-political video games, right?
Yeah, I know I expressed some appreciation for Kaiju Noir being like, hey, by the way, here is what this game is about. But I feel like thinking about it more, not doing that really extends more trust to the, like, it extends more trust and respect to the audience.
Yes.
And if you feel the need to recap, here is what this was about, I feel like that's probably not saying something good about your perception of the thing that you've made.
I mean, I think there's just a general... there is a discussion to be had about media literacy and discussion and how it layers onto, I would say, a youthful interpretation of leftist politics. It comes out in the same kind of well-intentioned space as people being it makes me think about when Boyfriend Dungeon came out, and is it Matt Mercer who voices like the character who clearly has creepy personal history with you? And
God, I think it might be, yeah.
And there was a bunch of people being like, oh my God, why would Matt Mercer take a job of voicing somebody who is a creep? Does that mean that Matt Mercer is a creep? I'm like, I understand the chain of logic that you got to here and why you feel so personally emotional and aggrieved about it. Your heart is in the right place. However, the text, please engage with the text. Before we went on air, I showed Rafi one of the songs from a recent game called Pronoun Palace, which invites intentionally the discussion around, like the political discussion around why that game is named how it is. It's very specifically to make you go like, oh, you mean like how conservatives talk about people having pronouns, and that is the joke, very clearly and obviously so. And there is, in the trailer of it, I'm gonna like scan through the trailer and take a screenshot because it's quite particular. There is a really very dry joke in there where somebody is obviously saying, There's like there's a shot of somebody sitting in a corporate office with like big shiny shades and says the only pronoun that matters is we. And other similar kind of like, oh, this is like dry comedy parody. And there were a handful of people in the comments being like, oh my god, I wasn't sure if this was a game made by conservatives or not, because I wouldn't expect a leftist person to say the text that's in the dialogue here. And it's like there's a degree of being able to read the text or convey that something is satire or trying to say that isn't actually inbuilt in everybody, even if their heart is in the right place, which is a difficult thing to solve. It is a thing that educational materials are trying to do more and more as much as we feasibly can, but shit difficult.
Yeah, there is just a certain base level of media illiteracy that is, I don't want to just say is always going to be there, because but I can certainly say has been around for long enough that the phenomenon of like, I remember, talking about conservatives who enjoyed the Colbert Report.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Metal Gear Solid, it's a non-political game, is also a great example for that. Yeah, it does just. And like, I don't know, I do kind of think even if you're coming out and saying this is the point of the media,
mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's even gonna fucking help people who are so media illiterate that they are going to be unable to distinguish between like, oh my god, this actor is playing this character. Does this actor endorse everything this character does, or just like what? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I think more than anything else, that kind of stretch at the end of Kaiju Noir felt like it was more from the perspective of personal catharsis of the writers, rather than trying to convey a moral that they didn't think people would get. Is my charitable reading of it, because I think it would probably be, especially in the itch.io kind of environment that we're in, where it's kind of like, oh, because of payment processes, you can't actually have a game that discusses queer intimacy in it, because that would be considered against terms of service, whether the people who are operating itch.io as a platform agree with that or not. And in the face of that, putting a game that waggles its political perspective dick in your face is a very satisfying and cathartic thing to do. I get that. But it can, I think, feel awkward to consume it on the other side of it, but that's maybe just me. I always feel really mean when I kind of talk about things like that, because it's not like I think it's a bad thing that they did it. It's just not a very elegant thing to do. I put the screenshot of the bit I had in mind specifically from Parallel. I'm going to link the trailer in chat so anybody after the fact in the doobly-doo wants to go and watch it. But there's like a cutscene, one of the cutscenes in it, again in a very grey monochrome corporate-looking space, has text that scrolls on the screen. I understand now that trans people aren't the problem. Beat. Trans men are. And I'm like, I know exactly the kind of person that's poking fun at.
Mm-hmm.
But there are people in the comments being like, I thought that this was a trans-friendly game. Why would it say this? I'm like, be serious. Please be serious.
And I think that is what gets the thing that gets me about that is the whole thing of why would they say this? It's like, hey, that's an interesting question to ask. What do you think? How many answers do you think there could be to that question?
Mm-hmm. Sit with it a while. All we ask you to is, I mean, hey, sometimes jokes can be a thinker. And those can be some of the best jokes if you actually have to sit with it for a while. But please, I beg of you. Anyway, I can't. I think it was really cool and interesting for the Silver Case, in contrast to a handful of games recently that specifically kind of want to talk about current affairs, who kind of very gently serve you the thing that they're trying to say. and specifically a bid to get Chuds mad, and I respect that. That the Silver Case is a game in '99 has a very specific political view and doesn't really directly address it out of character, and instead just lets you sit with those people and draw your own conclusions, is kind of cool and good, actually. I do enjoy that.
I also want to speak to the and not the word corollary comes to mind. I don't think it's that, but relatedly, I enjoy the fact that the elements of this that can be read as like a critique of policing, I like the fact that they feel like they have some fucking substance to them. You know, the like, what is this saying about the nature of policing? And the thought of like, it was that the quote about like having crime within you already to be able, I can't remember exactly what it was, but
we took a screenshot, so it's something I can summon, but I know the exact same scene you mean, and when you first looked at that, you were like, ooh, spicy.
And like, thinking about the members of this, think about the fucking goal of this task force, and you know, we know Morikawa is basically associated with the Yakuza, and wondering like, is everyone on this task force like tied in with at the very least lowercase c crime in some capacity? What does this say about the you know, about the elite of police?
Because like, and like, when the character profiles, when we first introduced to the entire team, and then even the first time round when we read like the boss's profile, like everyone loves him, and the knee-jerk response was like, did he write that himself? And it's still an unreliable narrator circumstance, because we found out in this session that that's super not true. Chizuru, I think, respected him up until the point where she made some what she feels entirely reasonable complaints about the person that she's working with, and then was just fully rebuffed in a just kind of like, hey, if you can't handle Morikawa, then leave. We don't need you.
Well, to be fair, she is a loopy broad.
Right, you know, more fool her. But like, and also, like, there is something around, there are some limitations to forensics in the way that they operate in terms of like evidence in court and things like that. The way that CSI frames forensics is not a way that it operates in real life. There's certain stuff about blood splatter and shell casings and things that actually aren't really admissible evidence in real life. But the guy being like, forensics just don't mean anything anymore in our modern crime environment. I'm like, what do you mean? What?
Oh, I thought that was profiling.
I guess, because they do say profiling specifically, but she's largely been introduced as a forensics person, and I guess that's both true. Things. Like definitely the what's it called? Criminal Minds. That is definitely a style of. They are basically psychic magicians in that TV show. there is very, very little grounding in real police procedure in that show at all. And I guess they're maybe trying to make it could potentially be like a pushback against that. Oh, yeah, there was an error of people talking about unsubs and it turned out to be garbage. But I do wonder if it's a thing of like, oh, in this potentially post-apocalyptic, potentially cyberpunk 1999, crime is now so fucked. In the same way that in Phoenix Wright, like, prosecutor convictions are 99% guaranteed, and the circumstances are so bad, the scape of kind of like policing has now changed, is maybe a thing that they mean, but also it just feels like a thing to say to her just to make her upset.
And I think the thing that I wanted to say about feeling like these things have some substance to them, and there's like a degree of chewing, like being given because we are being shown these things and not necessarily told them, we're getting a chance to like think about these things for ourselves and evaluate them, God, it feels like there's so much more substance to that compared to a lot of the ways that, like, I believe this is an ill of society, I'm going to make this the antagonist of the story, is just like really boring writing a lot of the time. Like the way that a lot of people will have the real enemy was capitalism, and it's like,
you're not wrong,
saying
but also
I'm not saying I disagree here, but like, were you planning on saying anything like what? Why are you conveying this to me like this? Because if all you're saying about capitalism is essentially what could be said about corporate greed in like a fucking TMNT cartoon from the 80s or something, where it's like, oh man, those greedy men in suits are bad. It's like, I don't know, man. Maybe it makes you feel better, and that's fine. You can make art to make yourself feel better, but if you're showing it to me, I would imagine you'd be thinking that this is going to enrich my life in some capacity.
Punching above the weight of a Captain Planet episode, I understand.
Exactly, yeah.
And, you know, I guess I say that like that's easy. I still think about how, in having to do all this kind of like world building the soundtrack to the terrible room that we're in is driving me slowly insane, so I'm gonna close this for a bit. There we go. Goodbye. We're wrapping up soon, as it was. But I genuinely do think about in the process of writing like the world building for City of Espers, and how it actually changed in some ways as I wrote it. I think I initially was really looking at City of Espers, trying to put a marketing hat on, or just like an audience's hat. Be like, first and foremost, this is a game where you can get up to some fun and silly sports battles using psychic powers, but because it's within a city and is about communities, there is a deeper exploration that you can do with that if you would like to, but it is not necessarily the modus operandi of the game itself. And then when you do the world, when you kind of like trying to write a world that feels believable and real to modern times, and not just like a fantasy D&D city or whatever. And there's a whole bunch of considerations that I wanted to try and include, and sitting on that knife edge of this world detail explored is useful and can prompt some interesting discussions during play, versus is this preachy, versus does this ring like incorrect. Like one of the houses is not made by allied friendship between people, but it's corporate owned, and it's actually a house that's from like a land and property company specifically, and that feels it's intentionally on the Team Rockety side of things. Oh my god, it is, I think subconsciously, but probably not that subconsciously, the property vampires and cassette beasts. It's very that. It's very that. And I thought that was like fun to do, because it's like, well, it's talking about the circumstances that they are, but it's not too heavy. And then one of the houses down the line, which isn't one that's publicly announced yet, but I'll talk about it special, is the House of Changeling, that specifically exists in the space where, and this is a trope in things like X-Men, where, all these people have special powers, and you know, somebody is now super smart, and somebody can now turn into a diamond, and she is perfect and beautiful. What about all the people that get mutations that are actually just kind of like life-threatening to themselves or others?
Yeah.
And so the House of Changeling is people who specifically have quite unglamorous or dangerous powers, feeling kind of like spurned by the idea that they're not as loved in the Esper community by people who have pretty and perfect and cool ones, and have formed a house around that. And then there's like a degree of discussion around what it means to depict a fantasy disability, and making sure that that reads correct.
Email for you, Lan.
And those kind of bits and pieces. Hi, Toys. Good evening. You've come at an interesting time. We're wrapping up the show today, but that's no problem at all. I hope you're doing well. What you've been playing, my friend? But yeah, that kind of like that definitely it was one of the last things that I wrote, and so is much more sitting on a kind of like, oh, this is so much more of a unveiled, it's not subtle kind of like political discussion of what communities existing in a city could be like, but also I think it would be a disservice if I did a game with this particular subject matter and didn't talk about the parallels that it could have with disability. I think that would be worse.
Yeah.
But did I do it right? Who knows? This is why we hire sensitivity consultants.
Yeah. But no, I mean, that's true. It would be embarrassing to be mogged by the X-Men.
There's a decent chunk of X-Men that I've been reading more as part of research, yeah, see, so I can claim it as tax deductible. Cyclops is an astoundingly good piece of disability representation, if you weren't aware.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Because the whole like laser eyes thing. He unfortunately, when he gained or like unlocked his powers, he was in an accident and suffered a significant amount of brain damage. So he specifically, physiologically, cannot turn the power off. Under normal circumstances, he'd be able to. So as a result, he has to kind of wear the glasses or the visor the entire time. He even has to sleep with the specific type of glass, because it's the lenses of the glasses. It's comic book logic, but that absorbs the light from the laser. Yeah. So he can't even sleep without a specific vision aid, because if for whatever reasons his eyes opened in the middle of him sleeping, he could injure somebody or himself really badly. And that kind of discussion is really interesting next to Emma Frost, I Am Perfect and Made of Diamond and Everybody Loves Me. And yet he's still like a hero and a leader, and the reason why he's really personally motivated in kind of having people care about mutants isn't just like a genetics thing, but also kind of like, actually, this goes hand in hand with so many different types of bigotry. It's personally invested to me that we treat each other nicely, and I'll fight for that. And I'm like, yeah, what a good character. Excellent character writing. Toys has been playing Reciteer. Oh my god, that's a blast from the past.
Throwback, yeah, holy shit.
Like back in the days where being a regular reader of 4chan was acceptable, people were super into Reciteer.
Where that was only like a pink flag and not like a nuclear tier red flag.
I only visited it at the time because they also had Photoshop Fridays, like something awful. It was genuinely, and then I was like, oh, there's a lot of pornography on here. This is what I came here for.
A time where the catchphrase "capitalism ho" was just kind of like it's a little funny. It's a little XD, you know.
Oh my god, that would feel strange now. I guess it would feel like dark comedy. It was a dark comedy then, but I think it is a darker comedy now.
Yeah, I think at the time it just felt like a quirky, lighthearted little game, and now I think it would feel I'm going to say strange at best to have that be the tagline of the game and not something that like and treated just like value neutral to positive in the game. If for something that came out, you know, past 5 years or something.
For sure. I did a lot of yapping. I apologize. Is there any kind of like final thoughts in our triple bill?
I hate talking.
I know, right?
I hate talking on streams, especially. Ooh, let's see. I mean, hey, do you want to give some judgments to this? Like, I know we're not. I know we're not streaming anymore. I think that's totally fair. But I am curious where.
Absolutely.
How high is it on your on your backlog now?
Yeah, for those who aren't already aware, when we play through games on Cold Cases, we have a handful of rankings after we're done playing with them to kind of represent how we feel about them and whether they would be played more in ongoing. We have at the top of our list in Hot Pursuit. These are games that we'll be actively continuing to play in some instances on air, as we did for this. We hit our first session of the Silver Case, and when, like, we looked at each other metaphorically and went, yeah, I want to play more of this and play more of this on air, when I expected it to be a one shot. So, that is what Hot Pursuit is, but it can also be continuing to play off air. Then we have Investigating. This is like, oh, this game is good and I definitely want to return to it, but it's maybe not going to be a game I return to immediately. This will be put in my currently playing kind of like tag on my Steam library or what have you. It is a game we'll return to check out. Have I returned to some of the games that I marked as like investigating on the equivalent of on Monster of the Week? That's between me and God. You're not to know. We have Clueless. This is for we've had our session playing it. We've reached the end of our session, and I'm pretty good to not play this game again. We're not going to be playing it anymore. And then finally, if there is a game that is manages to offend the sensibilities or otherwise is so frustrating, we've put it down before we even managed to finish the session, which has clearly not been the case. There is Jail. Being real about how I play games in my own time and find availability of backlog, where I tend to do a long game and a short game. And then if a long game burns out on me, I'll replace it with a new long game. This definitely shapes up like it would be a long game, but might go at a faster pace where you're not reading everything aloud. I am genuinely really interested to go and see where all these mysteries resolve. I think if I don't know what the crime virus is and never find that out, I will gain the crime virus. I will turn into a criminal. So to that end, I am somewhere between Hot Pursuit and Investigating. There is another long form game I'm playing at the moment. I've picked up Expedition 33, but for a variety of reasons, I don't know how long I will be playing Expedition 33 for. So if it doesn't happen to go the distance, I'll probably continue playing this game pretty firmly.
Yeah, no, I think I'm also in I'm also kind of between Investigating and Hot Pursuit, where I don't play a lot of visual novels by myself, but I do want to do that more, and I'm kind of between items on my backlog, so I might, this may be a good opportunity for me to try and bite the bullet and get try and reintegrate them into my media diet.
I must admit,
want to.
I do find visual novels easier. Like if it's on handheld, I can play that anywhere, and it doesn't have to have like a voice dialogue or whatever. I find it very difficult to play like a text-only visual novel on PC. Something about the environment of sitting at my desk for it is all kind of like, I would prefer this to have voice acting if I could, and that makes it a little easier. So I can understand why the experience of reading it as a group can kind of help make it a bit more engaging. But hey, I think you'd have a really good time with this. Or you can I think Florian would be delighted to be roped into finding out more about this game, since he's a Killer 7 enthusiast.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I am going to get the most out of this game if I can get if I can pick Florian's brain on it. I'm sure I'll be missing shit left and right if I don't, which kind of has me like, ooh, am I going to wait to do a book club or something? Or
I mean, don't get goblins about it, right? It's not like it's fortunately not a JRPG where if you don't get the reference, then you won't be able to get the ultimate weapon at the end. you'll still be able to navigate it. To respond to Toyce's messages in regards to like playing games off air, then there's me dropping 8 hours at a time into a factory sim off stream. On stream is where I play the stuff with a definite end. I can't play endless games. I refuse to play roguelikes or stuff without a solid story endpoint. But also streaming is what gets me to sit down and play a video game a lot of the time. So it's kind of one and the same. If there's a game I genuinely really want to play off air also and play it regularly. That's actually really rare for me. One visual novel you've been waiting for released today, Coffee Talk Tokyo, which is basically Coffee Talk 3. Neat. I will be excited to listen to the soundtrack for Coffee Talk because they've all been very, very good. My feelings about the writing of the Coffee Talk games varies, but I think that will be for an entirely different stream. But hey, it's feeling that we're both in the hot pursuit to investigating space, which I think is really encouraging. We
good, yeah.
we don't always necessarily rank stuff very high in this kind of way, but I think this game is definitely fascinating to do.
Oh my, I've just realized, is it my pick for next time?
It would be, yes, if you have something in the lineup.
Oh goodness, I do have a number of options. I don't know if I have one that I'm going to be able to. Actually, let me just take a quick look at what I currently have.
You don't need to necessarily announce it now if you don't have it on hand. It can be a surprise.
Oh man. Yeah, you know what? Let's take a look at game I truly do not know. There's a whole lot about this that is going, you play to find out, shall we say. Tales Noir, the game formerly known as Backbone, I believe.
Huh.
Yeah, this was kickstarted. A Tales Noir is a post-noir narrative adventure. Become Raccoon Private Eye Howard Lotor and explore dystopian Vancouver inhabited by animals as you uncover a deeply personal story of change and transformation.
I love how many fucking furry noir visual novels there are.
Oh my god, the last one I picked was, well, I am realizing I could, rather than going, oh no, I need to diversify my diet.
No. It's
funny.
It is funny. It is funny. And a lot of them have been of really solid substance. So I will
be very curious to see how we feel about this one because I know this one was controversial.
There's definitely going to be enough of these to actually have like a tier list going, huh? Of like the furry detective visual novel tier list.
Yeah.
Will it be better than Mars Vice? We will find out next Thursday.
Oh man, I can't believe you put that pill into my head about the furry mystery, the furry noir VN tier list, and we can't even discuss it now because it's ending. So sad.
I tried to do a Twitch function and it didn't work correctly, but we're going to be working on getting a raid going. Loxley, the board game goat, is currently streaming Citizen Sleeper, which is a game I think is very, very, very good. I cried a little bit at one of the endings, and I do believe he's playing this for the very first time. So go over and say hi. I have been your androgynous android late night DJ Caster.
I have been your amazing agender avian co-host, Ravi the Owl.
This has been the Neon Caster Twitch channel, and have a very pleasant weekend. And next time, Tales Noir. Farewell, everyone.
Bye-bye.